Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive.
Excited to be here.
Today we're diving into something that I think a lot of parents and educators out there will appreciate.
Oh, yeah, this is a good one.
We're talking about journal prompts for kids, and specifically, we've got this awesome blog post from LeStallion.
They make journals, right?
Yeah, they make journals, and they've put together like 50 of these prompts.
That's a lot.
I know it's a lot, right? But they're all about getting kids to express themselves and be creative and all that good stuff.
It can be tough.
It can be tough, right? Because sometimes kids just need a little nudge to get started.
A little inspiration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where these prompts come in.
So what I find really interesting about this list from LeStallion is that it's not just like random ideas. They've actually grouped them into these categories.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like they've really thought about different aspects of a child's development.
Like what kind of categories are we talking about?
Well, some are just pure fun, like, to spark their imagination.
Okay, give me an example.
Okay, so one prompt is, imagine you could fly anywhere in the world for a day. Where would you go and what amazing things would you do there?
Oh, that's a good one. I can already picture kids like coming up with all sorts of crazy adventures.
Exactly, and that's the whole point. It's about getting them to think outside the box.
And to really use their imagination.
Yeah, like it's not just a writing exercise. It's about tapping into their sense of wonder and possibility.
I like that.
And it encourages them to, think beyond their immediate surroundings.
Right. Like the world becomes their oyster.
Exactly.
But what about the kid who's like, I don't know, I just fly to Disneyland. Like, how do you get them to think a little deeper?
That's where the adult comes in, right?
Yeah.
You can gently guide them.
Okay.
You could ask them like, okay, Disneyland, but what would you do there that's special? What would you see first? Who would you meet?
It's like you're helping them build out the story.
Exactly. You're scaffolding their imagination.
Okay, so we've got these imaginative prompts, but LeStallion doesn't just stick to flights of fancy.
Right. Nope. They covered a lot of ground.
Like what else?
Well, they have some prompts about feelings and friendships, which I think is really important.
For sure, relationships are huge.
Right. And one prompt is, think of a friend who makes you laugh the most. What do you love about spending time with them?
Oh, that's sweet.
It is. And, building strong relationships is crucial for kids. But this prompt gets them thinking about those positive connections in a concrete way.
It's like making them aware of the good stuff.
Exactly. And it helps them appreciate those relationships even more.
This is reminding me of all that research about emotional intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
It's not just about being nice. It's about understanding your own feelings.
Yeah.
And how to navigate social situations.
Absolutely. And studies have shown that children who can identify and articulate their feelings tend to have better social skills later in life.
That makes sense.
And these prompts, even seemingly simple ones, can be early training for that kind of emotional literacy.
That's a really good point. I'm starting to see how much thought went into these prompts. They're not just random ideas. They're actually targeting specific developmental skills.
Exactly. And the beauty is it's all disguised as fun.
Right. Kids are naturally drawn to stories and imagination and self-expression.
And these prompts tap into that innate desire while subtly fostering important life skills.
So we've talked about flying around the world and thinking about friends. What other kinds of prompts did LeStallion come up with?
Well, they also have some that focus on personal growth and self-discovery.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
For example, write about a time when you felt really proud of yourself. What did you accomplish and why did it make you feel so good?
Okay, this one's interesting. It's great to encourage a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
But what about kids who maybe haven't had those big, proud moments yet? Could this backfire and make them feel inadequate?
That's a really good point. And this is where the adult's role is so important.
Okay, how so?
It's about helping the child reframe the question. Instead of focusing on huge achievements, maybe it's about recognizing small victories.
Like what kind of small victories?
Like that time they learned to tie their shoes or helped a sibling.
Oh.
Or even just tried something new.
Right. It's about finding those little wins that build their self-confidence.
Exactly. It's not about comparing them to others, but about recognizing their own progress.
And even if a child struggles to come up with something, they can be a valuable conversation starter, too.
Absolutely. You can gently guide them, asking, what's something you've been working hard on? What's something you're good at?
It's all about helping them see their own strengths and potential.
Exactly. And it's not always about, those big achievements either.
Right.
It's about normalizing effort and perseverance.
Like trying and trying again.
Exactly. And there's this other prompt that really highlights that. It asks, think about a new hobby you'd like to try. What interests you about it, and how would you start learning?
Ooh, that's a good one. I feel like we often get stuck in like what we're already good at, you know?
Totally.
Like if you're the sporty kid or the artsy
Oh.
kid.
Yeah, you find your niche.
Yeah, but this prompt is like, hey, step outside that box, try something new.
It's all about fostering a growth mindset.
I love that term, growth mindset.
It's planting that seed that they can try anything, learn anything.
And it's okay if you're not instantly amazing at it.
Exactly. That's such an important message, especially these days.
Oh, yeah, with social media and everything, it's like everyone's got to be perfect all the time.
Right. It's all about the highlight reel.
But these prompts, they're like an antidote to that pressure.
They are. They're about the process, the exploration, not just the outcome.
The journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
So we've got these prompts about trying new things, but what about like bigger dreams and goals for the future?
Well, LeStallion has got you covered there, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's one prompt that says, imagine yourself in 10 years. What kind of person do you hope to be? And what would you like to be doing?
Whoa. Okay, that's a deep one.
It is, right?
Like, I wish someone had asked me that when I was a kid.
It makes you think about who you are at your core.
Yeah, not just what you're good at in the moment.
Right. And what's really cool about this prompt is that it encourages a sense of agency.
Agency. Meaning, like, they have control over their own future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not just about daydreaming. It's about connecting those dreams to actions.
Like, if you want to be a veterinarian, what steps can you take now to get there?
Exactly. It's like planting the seeds for a life plan, but in a fun, age-appropriate way.
And those are skills that go way beyond just writing in a journal.
For sure.
It's about planning decision-making,
Hmm.
taking responsibility for your own future.
Exactly. And these prompts are like little mental workouts for those skills.
Now, I know some people might think like 10 years, that's too abstract for a kid.
Right.
But honestly, kids are way more insightful than we give them credit for.
Oh, absolutely. They can surprise you.
So we've talked about imagination and trying new things and future goals.
Yep.
What about like gratitude
Hmm.
and appreciating the good stuff in life?
Oh, they've got prompts for that too.
Awesome.
One that I really like is reflect on a time when you felt really loved. What happened and how did it make you feel?
Okay, that's a good one. It's so important to teach kids about gratitude.
It is. And, research shows that fostering gratitude is linked to all sorts of benefits.
Like what?
Increased happiness, resilience, even better physical health.
Wow. Gratitude is powerful.
It really is.
Yep.
But I'm curious,
Yeah.
do you ever worry that, prompting a kid to be grateful when they're upset is a bit forced?
Oh, totally. Like,
I-
shouldn't they be allowed to just feel their negative emotion?
Exactly.
Like, you don't want to just brush those feelings under the rug.
That's a valid concern, but it's not about denying negative emotions. It's about broadening their perspective.
Okay, I see what you mean.
It's like saying, yes, this bad thing happened, but there's still good things in your life too.
It's about balance.
Exactly. It's not about toxic positivity. It's about helping them see the bigger picture.
And that's something I think a lot of adults could benefit from, too.
Absolutely. We can all use a little reminder to focus on the good sometimes.
We've been talking a lot about the benefits of these prompts.
We have.
But I'm curious, what would you say to a parent who's like, my kid hates writing, this will never work?
I would say, first of all, don't force it.
Right.
Journaling should be a fun, enjoyable experience, not a chore.
Totally.
Maybe start small with just one prompt a week.
Okay.
And it doesn't have to be long. Even a few sentences is a great start.
It's about building the habit.
Exactly. And you know what? Maybe even do it together.
Oh, I love that idea.
Like grab a journal and explore some of those prompts alongside your child.
It could be a really cool bonding experience.
It could. And you might be surprised at what you discover both about them and about yourself.
This whole conversation has been so inspiring.
It has.
I'm really impressed with the thoughtfulness behind these prompts.
Me too.
They're fun, engaging, and sneakily educational all at the same time.
It really makes you think, huh?
It does.
Yeah.
Like, could we as adults use a little bit of that childlike wonder?
Oh, totally. Sometimes we get so caught up in the seriousness of life.
I know, right? Like bills and work and all that.
Exactly. We forget to tap into our imagination.
And that sense of possibility.
I think those prompts, even though they're written for kids, could be a really cool way for adults to reconnect with their own creativity.
Like give ourselves permission to play again.
Exactly. To explore those what-if questions without judgment.
I love that. And, as we're talking about this, I'm realizing that these prompts aren't just about individual growth.
What do you mean?
Well, they also touch on things like empathy and social responsibility.
Oh, you're right. There are prompts that encourage kids to think about their impact on the world around them.
Like, think of a way you can help your community.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do to make a positive difference?
That's a good one.
It's like planting those seeds for active citizenship.
From a young age.
It's pretty amazing how much depth LeStallion packed into these prompts.
I know, right?
They've really managed to address so many different aspects of a child's development.
Emotional, social, creative.
Even that sense of purpose.
And they've done it in a way that's fun and engaging for kids.
It doesn't feel like a lecture.
No, it feels like an adventure.
So for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, this sounds great, but where do I even start?
I'd say start by checking out LeStallion's full list of 50 journal prompts.
Okay.
There's something there for every kid, no matter their age or interests.
And
Then just pick one that sparks your child's curiosity.
or even better, let them choose.
Exactly. And remember, it's not about forcing them to write pages and pages.
Right.
Even a few sentences or a drawing or a simple list can be incredibly valuable.
The key is to make it a fun and positive experience.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to join in the fun yourself.
Grab a journal and explore those prompts alongside your child.
You might be surprised at what you discover both about them and about yourself.
I think that's a perfect note to end on.
It is.
So to all our listeners, whether you're a parent, a teacher, or just someone who loves a good journal prompt,
We hope this deep dive has inspired you.
to explore the world of journaling with the kids in your life.
It's never too early or too late to start.
Journaling can be a powerful tool for self-expression, creativity, and personal growth at any age.
So true.
Thanks so much for joining us on this deep dive into the world of journal prompts for kids.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those journals open.